Alright, so we're going to get with name calling. Calling someone a stalker, that's a name. Mentally ill, that's an insult. You're calling somebody a name there too. Natalie not only invited me to Virginia, not only did her and her sister and Maddie plan the trip with me, but Natalie called me up freaking out one night, saying that if I wasn't on my way already, she was going to kill herself. And that very night, she ran her vehicle into a telephone pole. I have pictures of the vehicle and the telephone pole and her leg because it fucked it up. Fucked it up good or bad, depending on how you choose to use the connotation of them words. I'm not saying it was a good thing, because it wasn't. I was already a few months late getting there by that point. So, Natalie started the name calling. Her family, rather. I don't know which one of it is in that house who called me a stalker to begin with. But the fact is, Alicia is the one who started it before that. Before that day that all dehydrated as all fuck, that I got stuck in the middle of the fucking road out there. I was trying hard not to have a panic attack. My whole support network in Virginia was gone. Most of it before I got there. But I didn't want Natalie to fucking kill herself. So that stalking thing turned into people slandering my name and saying that I threatened Natalie's family. I had not. So, then people started calling me, telling me, Maddie said you stalked some girl in Virginia. That's how it started. And they could have caught it off there by telling the truth. But they didn't want to do that. It was, Maddie said you stalked some girl in Virginia. And then, Maddie said that you threatened some girl in Virginia. And then it twisted even further to, Maddie said that you molested some girl in Virginia and that you raped some girl in Virginia, some little girl in Virginia. Well, who could that be? That would be either Natalie or Alicia. I did not have access to Natalie to do those things. Me and Natalie didn't spend any time alone. None. The only time that her and I had anything close to one-on-one time is when she came down with her Narcotics Anonymous group. I was in Starbucks. That wasn't private. That was public. Starbucks in Chesapeake, Virginia. So, then we'll fast forward a bit. With all this name calling going on, I got to name calling. I was in Bayard, Nebraska. Now, in Bayard, Nebraska, I was at Amy and Andrew Witcher's house. Andrew, he's a meth addict. He kept on searching through the house, trying to find his meth shit. Well, his wife found it a couple of times, and he was claiming that somebody was living in their crawl space. So she wants to believe him, and she's telling me this story like she believes it. No, Andrew's addicted to meth, and you know it. He used to work with a guy named Brock Byington. Brock Byington said that, Andrew wouldn't work unless he had meth. His ex-girlfriend, Casey Smith, she's one of those people who, that randomizer thing that was sent to me, you know, with those, threats from Riley Johnson, who I know somebody named Riley Johnson. I also know somebody named Casey Smith. Well, that randomizer website or whatever that was sending those, I honestly thought that it was, Riley Johnson, so I got a hold of him. He's like, no, it's not me. And Casey Smith, I thought it was her. No, turns out it wasn't her either. But she's the one who originally got fucked up on meth to begin with Andrew. Methamphetamines. That was before Amy and Andrew got together. So I'm in their house in Bayard, Nebraska, and Andrew decides he's going to run away. Well, he's got marijuana in his pocket. His wife calls the cops on him, and they bust him with marijuana in his pocket. So he got into some trouble for that. Anyway, I suppose I should get back to the important part of the story, the name calling. As far as the name calling goes, when Natalie died, her mom started in on the name calling. Now this is after, while I was in Bayard, and I had gotten a hold of Natalie to try to let her know what the fuck was going on. I was wanting to go to Nebraska, or go to Boulder to see my older brother. And I was hoping that she would cut it off, that she would stop all the crazy, as she put it. Well, she didn't. She was an asshole to me. Started accusing me of being on meth. So that's when I started calling her a cunt. If you're going to call me names, I'm going to call you names back. Tim Beeson started off with the name calling, and he said a lot of the same shit. Calling me a child molester, calling me a rapist, saying I'm a fucking druggie. Obviously not. Jesus fuck. When I was at Candace's, I was trying to get her, since she worked at the hospital, I was like, I want to take a whiz quiz. She's like, no, Sean, you don't need to do that. Yes, I do. I need to prove that I don't do fucking drugs. The only thing you're going to find in my system is marijuana. You're not going to find meth. You're not going to find heroin. You're not going to find cocaine. You're not going to find any of that shit. You're not going to find pharmaceuticals. You're not going to find so much as an Advil. I quit taking pills December 14th, 1997. Now, I tried taking pills a couple of times after that because I thought it would help improve situations that, you can't improve a situation where a woman is fucked up in her head. You just can't improve that by you taking drugs. That's stupid. So, when we fast forward to when Natalie disappeared, I made 3 videos, one of them about Shauna Sinclair's daughter who is missing. One of them about Mandy Singer's son who is missing. And one about Natalie who is missing. And on all 3 of those, her mom got on and called me a stalker. And people want to judge me for calling that bitch names. With all due respect, I tried to be as civil as I could for as long as I could while enduring abuse. Physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. At least through all of this, I haven't had to endure any sexual abuse. Now let's fast forward through all of these people. Dan Fabert, also called Names First. Shannon Alvarado, also called Names First. Not a real big fan of that. Now, between stating a fact and calling a name, I'd rather state a fact. But if you're going to resort to name calling, like many of these people in these groups, because you're frustrated and you're angry, I'm not allowed to. I get treated like I'm a terrible person for doing to you what you did to me. You can call me names, I'm not allowed to call you names back. You can threaten my life, I'm not allowed to threaten you back. You can assault me, I'm not allowed to assault you back. Just call me mentally ill and it makes it all okay. So, a lot of people are like, well, why are you so mean to the people who are helping you? Well, first of all, they're not listening. Most of them are on substances. The ones who aren't have ulterior motives or other issues. Or they believe because they gave me something that I didn't need or didn't want, that I owe it to them to allow them to treat me that way. Fuck no. You push me, I push you back. That's fair and equal treatment. Now, there's certain things that at the very beginning of this I was not willing to do in retaliation. I am not willing to go threatening people's lives. I said that. But after 8 months of abuse, not getting anybody to listen, people not understanding, going out of their way not to understand, name-calling and threatening my life, playing victim. Fuck yes, I threaten people's lives. But specific lives for a specific purpose, and not the ones who played victim over it. Jennifer Farina Bollinger? No. I'm not gonna fucking kill you, you stupid cunt. You're a sick, twisted fucking bitch protecting 2 fucking child molesters. Ted and Troy. Fuck both of those dudes. And fuck you too. You all deserve prison. Not death. Death is too easy. Death is an end to your pain. I'm glad Natalie's dead. Her pain is gone. That's the only reason I'm glad she's dead. I'd rather she were alive to tell you people to knock it the fuck off. But I didn't know how to take screenshots. If I had, maybe she'd have asked fucking Tim to knock his shit off. And these other people to knock their shit off. Maddie Boa can kiss my ass. The Kelly side of the family, and the Bollinger side of the family, and the Garner side of the family, that's one of the stepmothers, well, they could all kiss my ass. They can kiss my Rose Kelly ass. You guys don't like the fact that I continue to speak out. You don't like the fact that I name call. But it's fine for these people to name call me. Well, these people were given money. Her predators, her actual predators, were given money through GoFundMes to go on vacation, to go to their court dates and shit like that. Yep, I didn't get a single dollar out of any of mine. Why is that? Is it because of my mouth? No. I mean, that's a good enough excuse, I suppose. But it's because I said enough is enough. I'm gonna speak out. If you won't come forward, I will come forward. I have your words still. Now, I end up on Facebook banned no matter what. That's just silly. But I also go through and I report what other people are typing from time to time. But before I do that, I take screenshots of it. So that when Facebook says, yeah, that was a fucked up thing for them to say, I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I took screenshots of it, so I have evidence. The problem is, with all of these places that I was at, there was the help that I needed, and then the help that they wanted to give. The agreement was entirely different. The agreement is that I would fulfill my end of the bargain, they would fulfill their end of the bargain. Their end of the bargain was to give me the help that I needed. But in the end, nobody did that. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I needed that I did get. I'm not going to say that nobody helped me with anything at all, because lots of people helped me out. People helped me get food. People helped me get gas. They did not help me to get an honest day in court. Even to get Miss Peaches to go in with me to the police station, to get her to even say yes to doing that, took almost 7 months. Almost 7 months. Mandy Hughes. She's badass. She tried hard. Her and Miss Peaches both. And they're not the only ones. Katie Kate as well. Katie Kate's not talking to me anymore. Mandy Hughes is having some major issues with a crazy drunk lady who thinks it's okay to assault children and scare children and threaten children. That's not acceptable. Bitch, you need to leave Mandy Hughes the fuck alone. Now there I go, name calling somebody who didn't call me a name. I don't even know who this woman is. That's the thing. People think it's okay to abuse me, and they expect me to just take it. Now, there are certain situations where I did just take it. Not much choice. Now, most of these places, I smoked marijuana. Do you know why I smoked marijuana instead of taking pills? Because they give you 2 types of pills for anxiety. The first one is a pretty permanent pill. You take it every day, and it's supposed to ward off the anxiety. But it doesn't work on situational anxiety. It works on general anxiety. I don't have general anxiety. I have situational anxiety. The second one is a pill that you take at the onset. That pill that you take at the onset of your anxiety attack, it takes between 30 minutes and 3 hours to kick in. Well, when I was at Sally Treon's and she was in a house full of people who were screaming, several of them meth heads, including a woman who killed her baby almost a year to the day after Natalie fucking disappeared. And another one who dragged her daughter through the house and kicked her in the face. Yeah, I smoked marijuana there. I certainly did. Because marijuana kicks in almost instantly. Less than 5 minutes. Most cases, less than a minute. At Shannon Alvarado's, I smoked marijuana. Mostly at night. Mostly because Shannon was screaming. And my dad's, I smoked marijuana. Because my dad was constantly screaming at me. Or pressuring me to do things that weren't doing any good. Meanwhile, I'm spending most of my time jumping through these hoops for my dad. Sean, do this. Sean, do that. Here in Wyoming. And up there in Montana. Up there in Montana with Lannis fucking smacking at me every morning. Not smacking. She wasn't hitting me. If she'd have been hitting me, we'd have had much bigger issues. Because although I think it's all right to hit a woman who's hitting you, I'm not willing to do it. Just because I think it's acceptable doesn't mean that I'm willing to do it. You have to drug me or assault me, multiple people on one, in order to get a physical reaction of that sort out of me. If you bind me and then assault me after I'm bound, yeah, that's fight or flight. I'm scared shitless. You're lucky I don't kick you in the face. You're lucky I wedge my foot in the arm of that fucking bed. These are all major issues that I have to deal with. I am expected to remain calm at all points in time. Are you fucking kidding me? None of these people remained calm. Why do you expect the rules to be different from me? These people called names. Why do you expect the rules to be different from me? These people threatened my life. Why do you expect the rules to be different from me? I saved evidence. That's pretty important to note. Reposting screenshots of that evidence got me Facebook banned more than once. If you're going to name call, I'm going to name call back, and I'm not going to have any qualms about it. Sad thing is, I love most of the people I called names. I love Miss Natalie. I love her mother for bringing Miss Natalie into this world. I love Alicia. I love Maddie. I love my dad. How sad is that? I love my mom. How sad is that? I love my older brother. How sad is that? I love Shannon. How sad is that? I love Dan. How sad is that?